right, great. Thank you, Sandrine, and welcome to everyone on live and on Zoom. So, first of all, let me just welcome my fellow speakers for today, Mr. Shiduki Singh from IDB, right, who's been supporting YBTT for so long. I think pre me, like I always say. Uh, Ms. Adele Rose from our partners at Massey Foundation. I must commend my chair for coming out today, Ms. Dale Loughlin, Chair of Youth Business Trinidad and Tobago, and Tamara, who's one of our GEW partners, featuring all the partners today. So Tamara, you're on the spot for all the partners, so you have to represent.
No
All right,
pressure.
great. No pressure. All right, great. So, I mean, we always start off by saying the world needs more entrepreneurs. And really and truly, that is really the theme as we go forward for GW 2020 and GW beyond. The world needs more entrepreneurs. And the vision behind Global Entrepreneurship Week has always been to inspire new entrepreneurs, new risk takers, new problem solvers in the global market. But also, as our theme today, rekindling the entrepreneurial spirit of those who are already doing these things. Globally, we would have had we had several themes globally and priority areas that we wanted to focus on: inclusion, ecosystem, education, and policy. Now, locally here, and based on our discussions with our partners, and we see even new themes arising, the focus on agriculture as we dive into becoming diversified an economy of Trinidad and Tobago, as we move away from the oil and gas and wondering what are new sectors that we should be diving into. So agriculture being one of those main sectors. I mean, I'll do a shameless plug here and just make sure that you check out our Let's Talk Agri discussion, right? And we see a resurgence of the creative industry because those are persons who would have really been affected along this pandemic time. So we see creative TT coming on board, film TT coming on board, fashion TT coming on board, music TT coming on board, and really representing the creative industry. And we try to rekindle that fire within them as well. We see a shift within digital and technologies as a new way of doing business. And we see a lot of our GW partners taking on the mantle to reintroduce how do we use our digital to create new business, to adapt in our businesses going forward. We see social entrepreneurship taking a stance. And as I always say, it is a responsibility of those who take on the mantle to become entrepreneurs to make the world a better place. So social entrepreneurship fits in correctly there. And another shameless plug, as we Youth Business Trinidad and Tobago, the local host, a focus on youth, right? From competitions to getting them thinking about ideas around how do we create exporting, right, as an alternative. And going back to the theme of GW, creating that new generation of entrepreneurs and inspiring the new generation to become entrepreneurs. And then we have several GW events catered for adapting and moving beyond GW. I think when I was looking at the list of events and activities that focus on adapting and reigniting that entrepreneurial spirit for those who have failed, well, not even failed, those who have had challenges during this pandemic, and the Maya Angelou quote in terms of "and still I rise," that always comes into play there. And I want to take this opportunity to ask persons to, there's a lot of events for GW, take the opportunity to invest what I call an investment in your entrepreneurial future. Sign up for an event, right? If you're on work, don't worry, listen to it in the background, right? Take this opportunity to sign up and become a GW, become part of the GW fraternity. Tell a friend. If you have a coworker in the next Saturday desk from you, make sure that they included as well, right? Let them know, hey, GW coming up next week, November the 16th to November the 22nd. Get on board. And I always say, how do we utilize Global Entrepreneurship Week as a place that we can bring entrepreneurship and the entrepreneurship community closer, right? The pandemic has caused restrictions, making us go further apart. But we see that we could by creating this whole entrepreneurship ecosystem, we can become closer together, right? So with that, be sure to check out tt.gew.co, where you can get all the listing of events, activities, what's happening for GW, and become part. And I'll say it again, the world, and especially Trinidad and Tobago, needs entrepreneurs. Thank you.